Well, hello everybody, and welcome back and welcome. I'm Dyyannamarie, and you're watching Handmade by Dyyannamarie. So I got some new molds in the mail yesterday. These are just little trinket jars, little trinket containers. So I'm looking forward to making those. They're going to be so pretty. And then there are these hearts. Now this one heart here is just a plain heart. And then there's one that has etchings on it. It says, "Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day." Oh, I love that. And then this other one here says, "Unseen, unheard, but always near, still loved, still missed, and very dear." Oh. And then this final one says, "Because someone we love is in heaven, there is a little bit of heaven in our home, in loving memory." So pretty. So I'm going to be making these, of course, and then, well, actually for today's video, I'm going to finish with these jars. You know, I made the other one the other day, so I'm going to make this jar and this candle holder actually. And depending upon how long the video is, I may add one of these guys in. Okay? All right, we'll be back. I have decided to do something a little unique, for me anyway. So I'm going to add these pearl beads into the lid part of the mold. Why not use it all? Okay. And let's get these guys down off in here. And then I'm going to put some resin off in there. So those will be like the tip of the top. Okay, so we're just gonna pour a little resin in there like that there. Now I will kind of stir around in here just to get whatever, yeah, look at those bubbles coming up. To get those bubbles up out of there. Okay, and we'll just let that sit for a minute before we put that in the curing machine. Okay, now for this little beauty, I decided to do some sparkles. Okay, and we're gonna use pink sparkles today. And we'll see how much resin it will take to fill this up. Alrighty, and I'm just gonna put these sparkles, I'm just gonna use the whole thing. All right, let's get our stick. Oh, I gotta reach. Oh, I gotta reach. Uh-oh, well, that didn't turn out so great. I just dumped all my sticks. But anyway, okay, I'm gonna come over here to the side to stir. So happy Monday, y'all. How's everybody doing? I hope it is, you're having a good Monday. I don't know about y'all, but the weather here in Texas has been like really special. It's been really, really special. You know, it was beautiful and now it's cold and yeah. So I want to make sure I mix that up really, really good. I think that's going to be pretty with the pearls there. And I've got another color purple that pink, I'm gonna put on the top. Okay, let's see if this will be enough. If not, oh, it is, it is. Yay! Look at that, perfection. Y'all know I like it when it comes out like that. That is wonderful. Okay. I noticed that some of these molds are a little misshapen, and I guess as I get to use them, they will do better. So I'm gonna let that sit over there for a bit. And I've learned that letting it sit gives the bubbles time, that the ones that are going to rise, it gives them time to rise. So I will end up putting another base, you know, on the bottom of this. So let me mix up, I've got another darker pink here that I'm going to use. And then I've got this other pink as well. Okay, all my flowers everywhere. So let me get those mixed up and I'll be right back. All right, so I've placed this in the curing machine so the little pearl things are cured in there. And I've mixed up, oh, that's a pretty purple. I don't know why I keep saying purple. Pretty pink. So we'll go ahead and pour this in. That's a little shy, folks. So we are going to have to add to that. Now I can add, you know what, and I think that's what I'll do. I can add the resin directly in here like this. And then I can take my stick here and do a little mixing. Gently mixing, but mixing. Now, is that the best way to do it? Probably not. But I didn't have any more of these colored sprinkles, so I just have to do the best I can with what I got, y'all. And that will make a nice little design there. Okay, cool. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Let's move this over to the side. Now I've got some other sprinkles for the candle holder here. So it looks like making this is taking just under a full bottle of resin. So I always like you guys to know, when I think about it, how much resin it takes in order to make these things. Because it is definitely an investment. But when you like what you're doing, you know, it's cool. All right, so I'm gonna mix this up for our candle holder there. Now I'm using these sprinkles for the candle holder. They're not as dense as the other two. In fact, it's quite light. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more resin to that. Okay. Yep, that's just what I want. I don't want it to have, I just want it to have a sparkle, but not too much color. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add some of this yellow sparkles in here. Yeah. I'm like a mad scientist. Somebody said that. I'm like a mad scientist when it comes to mixing these colors up. I love it. I mean, you know, you realize that the colors you were taught that don't go together, they really do go together. And they can make something really, really pretty. Okay, so here we go. Now, you know what I forgot to do on that last candle holder that I made? I did not, when I waited for the bubbles to rise, I didn't come back and hit it with my lighter to break up those bubbles. So that's why that one ended up with the rough edges around the bottom like it did. Okay. See, I can see air pockets in there. Okay. I thought that was an air pocket, but it's not. Okay, good. Alrighty then. So let me make sure I go ahead and hit this like that so we won't have those bubbles like we did last time. Let's hit this one too. And we're gonna put these in the curing machine and I'll be back. Okay, everybody is out of the pool. So I just pulled this one out, so I'm gonna let it cool. This one is still cooling. They are warm, really warm. So let's start with the candle holder itself. I'm not sure how this is supposed to work because I don't know. This doesn't, well, we're gonna see in a minute, but let me move this over. And let us try and break this seal. Okay, whew. Still a little warm. It's a lot warm. Okay, I'm gonna have to let this, I'm gonna have to let this cool off a little bit. I'll be back. Alrighty, so I let it cool off some more. So this is a lid. Oh, you know what? You know what? I wonder, what is this for? This is a lid. I wonder, hold on a second. Well, as Gomer Pyle would say, surprise, surprise, surprise. So this lid goes on top of here. Okay, well, that was unexpected. So it's still a candle holder. It just has a lid to it. I guess so. Well, there you go. That was a surprise. All right. So let's do this one next. Let's break the seal here. This is still warm, man. These things are holding heat like you would not believe. Feel like I'm gonna break it if I pull too hard. Ooh, mercy. Oh, look at that. Y'all, that is too cute. That is too cute. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I like that. That is too cute. Okay, and let's do this. Here's the jar for this one. So we'll have to roll this down. Well, how adorable is that? Look at that. How adorable. Look at that. That is too cute. Too cute indeed. Well, it looks like I truly may have to do some trimming on this one. Looks like this side over here is a little on the high side. But still, it's cute. That is too cute. I like it. I like it. But this right here, this is the fun surprise. That is the fun surprise. I had no clue. See, that's what happens when you buy stuff and you just buy stuff. All right, guys, that is it for today. So we have our, you know, but you can still use this if you wanted to. But let's just say, so I did go ahead and get a candle here. So this one can go in there like that. Oh, I got some trimming on the bottom to do as well. So, but other than that, that's cute. That's really cute. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.